Morning of resolve. Dawn spreads gold over rice fields and bamboo stilt houses. Marsih carries 2 empty buckets along the earthen path. Her mother waits near the well, beneath a bamboo shade. Marsih lowers the bucket and watches ripples form. She lifts the full bucket and steadies her breath. Mother pours water into jars while instructing gently. Marsih glances at the distant road beyond the fields. Her inner voice steals into a firm promise. She lifts the yoke again, ready to carry on. Mother watches her daughter with quiet understanding. The road to the city shimmers far beyond the fields. Marsih's thought, I must go to the city for my family. Promise of return. Marsih stands with her parents outside their home. Mother's tears fall as she gives her blessing. Don't forget to pray, my child. The city is tough, but we believe in you. Father hands Marsih money from their rice harvest. I promise I'll return bringing happiness. The family embraces one last time. Marsih walks away from her childhood home. She turns for one last look at her parents. Her parents wave as she disappears into the distance. The rural landscape stretches before Marsih's journey. Marsih reaches the main road, ready for her new life. A bus approaches, ready to take her to the city. The harsh city life. Marsih steps into the terminal, overwhelmed by the bustling city crowd. She squeezes through commuters, trying not to be pushed aside. She studies a shop window, mustering courage to ask for work. Inside, the HR clerk frowns at her resume across the counter. HR says, "Sorry, you don't have enough experience." Marsih exits, rejected, her steps heavy on the sunlit pavement. She tries a diner. The manager barely scans her application. Another refusal. City traffic roars past the terminal entrance. She sits at the curb, eyes wet, watching shoes rush past. Marsih whispers, "Did I make a mistake coming here?" A gust lifts the hiring flyer. She watches it skid along concrete. She wipes her eyes, steadies her breath, and stands to try again. A turn in the market. Bustling market stalls crowd a narrow lane under bright midday Sunday. An old woman stumbles near rolling apples at the fruit stall. Marsih lunges in, arms outstretched to catch her before the fall. They steady themselves, hands clasped, tension easing in the Sunday. Marsih gathers scattered apples and rights the fallen basket. The old woman lifts her bag. Marsih offers to carry the heavier load. They walk side by side through the bustling aisle of stalls. The old woman stops, eyes bright, and turns warmly to Marsih. "You're a kind girl. Would you work in my house? I need help." Marsih exhales, her face brightening with relieved gratitude. "Yes, I'd love to," she answers, voice steady and hopeful. They continue together, blending into the sunlit market flow. A chance in the market. Crowded stalls shimmer under noon light as Marsih weaves through shoppers. An elderly woman stumbles near a crate. Marsih reacts in an instant. Tomatoes scatter as Marsih secures the elderly woman upright. Recovered, the old woman nods. Market bustle resumes around them. Marsih kneels to collect rolling tomatoes, placing them back by the crate. She lifts the woman's grocery bag, adjusting its weight with care. They walk side by side toward the market edge, through the sunlit aisle. The old woman pauses, meeting Marsih's eyes with a warm expression. "You're a kind girl. Would you like to work in my house?" Marsih exhales, relief softening her features as hope dawns. Yes, I'd love to, Marsih replies, standing a little taller. They share a quiet smile before rejoining the market flow together. Struggling and learning. I must learn, so I can stand on my own. Marsih wipes the floor while glancing at handwritten notes. She carefully copies a diagram from a thick, worn book. In the study, the grandchild shows her the keyboard basics. Marsih hovers her fingers over the home row, testing gently. The grandchild smiles, guiding her to type a short sentence. She pauses, then nods, understanding the rhythm of typing. Back in the living room, she balances chores with learning. She checks a page on the computer, then returns to the rug. The grandchild watches proudly from the study doorway. Marsih files the books neatly, committing lessons to memory. Resolved, she closes her notebook and straightens the room. Small beginnings. And Marsih opens her bustling street stall on a bright city morning. Customers line up, drawn by the aromas and bright display. She counts change and nods gratefully to a satisfied patron. More people arrive, the stall overflows with midday energy. She pauses, lifted by the momentum she created herself. From small beginnings to something bigger, as long as we keep trying. Returning home with success. The dusty pickup crests the hill as the village comes into view. Villagers notice the pickup and begin gathering near the gate. Marsih parks, exhales, and reaches for the handbrake. Her parents hurry forward through drifting dust. Marsih steps down from the cab, eyes shining. Parents reach her. All three pause, overcome. Mother, praise be to God, my child has succeeded. This is all thanks to your prayers. Father lifts a crate carefully from the truck bed. Two neighbors unfurl a garland across the lane. Marsih presents a wrapped box to her mother. Villagers crowd around, smiling and welcoming her home. Inspiring the village. Children gather in the village hall as Marsih steps forward to speak. Dozens of children lean forward, eyes bright with curiosity and excitement. Marsih meets their gaze, inviting them into the promise of bigger horizons. Don't be afraid to dream, Marsih tells them with calm conviction. Two children in front exchange excited glances, inspired by Marsih's words. Marsih points to the chalkboard, laying out a simple path toward goals. A child raises a hand, hopeful, as Marsih turns to listen attentively. The children sit upright together, absorbing each step with growing confidence. Marsih smiles. Even from the village, diligence and honesty lead to success. Two children at the back mirror the gesture, committing to their own dreams. From the doorway, the hall glows with sunlight and bright, expectant faces. Marsih concludes, and the children beam, their ambitions clearly taking root.